Hi everyone and welcome to my thank card. It's Friday. Today we will be doing this card and the technique we'll be doing is bleaching. I was fortunate enough that when I bleached my crumb cake cardstock, that's right in the sun there, it kind of went to a lighter version of Pool Party. Alright, so I'll be showing you how to use your Edglits dies and your embossing folder as well as your Edglits adorning accents. Okay, so we'll be needing the Big Shot, some bleach, a little brush, and the Stays on ink. So let's get started. Okay, so I've got some crumb cake cardstock here and the stamp set from Apothecary Art, and using your black Stays on ink, I'm going to ink this up. Probably best to do it laying it flat down. Stamping it directly on. Now, you can see some flowers on this stamp set, and I'm going to bleach right in it. So all I'm going to use is just use an ordinary fine tip paintbrush, and I've got some bleach in a little tiny bowl here, and I'm just going to bleach in the flowers only. Okay, I've just repositioned the camera so you can see this bleaching technique happen. Now all I've done is dip my brush in bleach. It's best to use just open bleach, as in the bottle just opened so it's fresh, and just colouring in between the Stays on lines. You can go around again and again, depending how light you want your project. But you can see, I don't know if you can see it, but it's now starting to lighten up on the flowers here. Okay, so you just keep going, and do be careful because you are dealing with bleach. And I'll just show you what it looks like. Okay, so that's my finish piece, and now we're going to use the Big Shot to cut out the die with the Framelits Labels collection. Now it's kept in this handy dandy little pocket, plastic sleeve, and it's kept in that. So you just find what size die you want to use. You can cut some of it off. You can have a little border around it. And I'm going to have a little crumb cake border around this. Okay, I don't have a top viewing camera, so you can't see me actually use the Big Shot properly, but from what you can see and from what I can show you is that any really thin dies, such as these new Stampin' Up dies, all tabs must be closed on your plates here, your platform. You then put a plastic down to make a sandwich and your cardstock on the bottom. Now you just line them up on how you want, where you want to cut, and must be blade side down. There's a flat side and there's a blade side down. Okay, so blade side down on top of your cardstock where you want to cut it, top of your platform, plastic down, and wheel that through. Grabbing your cardstock, you can see it just pops straight out, and the die just comes out as well. Now you can keep these and use them as windows for other projects, and look how it just cuts so beautifully out. Okay, I wanted to show you the card again and show you that on the bottom of this card we've also used the edgelets and the embossing folder. So same process with the cutting. I'm just using Pool Party cardstock, all platforms closed for the die, the edgelet die. Grabbing the edgelet die, this one I call number 1. Grabbing that out, and then there's the coordinating embossing folders. I'm going to put where I want to cut. So, blade side down. Now I was talking to some girlfriends about this when I was showing them this new edgelet. You can either dotto them down or you can just leave it just so you don't have to fiddle with it. So I just put it down and approximately where I feel the center is, in between. You can measure it, you can use your ruler if you want exact. I didn't really bother me as long as it doesn't move when you put the top plate down. Okay, so then you feed that through. That might have moved. And I can see here over the side if it has or hasn't. Like that. Okay, so winding it through. Feels like it breaks the big shot, but you can really never break the big shot. Okay, so that is that cutting that edge just there. Okay. To emboss it, just like any embossing, you open your platform up to tab 1. Okay. And find the coordinating embossing folder for the edge. So this is the one I'll be using, and I always go the ridge down, and you can see with the picture whereabouts you want it. Okay, so I'm going to emboss it like that. So grabbing my Pool Party cardstock back, and this designer series paper is from the Everyday Enchantment, which is free in the Celebration mini catalogue this year. I'm going to snail the top of this. I'm going to line it down so it follows the exact shape of the bottom cardstock. I'm going to snail down just the top of this designer series paper, holding it down and closing it on top of my cardstock. If I didn't measure it properly, you can always just trim it with your paper snip like that. Okay. Okay, so to do the banner on this card, I just stamped the stamp sentiment from the same stamp set. It says happy birthday in the middle there. Okay, so grabbing Lucky Limade and Naturals Ivory cardstock, stamping in the middle. Now to create the banner look, all I've done is I've just used my square punch, put the middle, line it up to get that look. Okay, so enter it in like that. Great, it gives great flag look. Okay, then just using my dimensionals, I'm going to stick this down. Now I've already cut the next layer up with Lucky Limade, sticking that in the center, And I've wrapped using the Lucky Limade organza ribbon from the Everyday Enchantment Brad and Ribbon pack. This is free in the pack. I've wrapped around 3 times. Now the trick with tying bows and wrapping, you just roll a little piece of glue dot up into a ball, stick it down behind the ribbon so you can use it to anchor it down while you're wrapping ribbon, and then just tie a bow. Okay, so I hope you like this card. Thanks for watching. Make a comment if you want, like it, and share it with your friends. Thanks for watching.